He lives. Welcome back, gamers. Welcome home. How are you, Spade? How have you been, man? I'm sorry I've missed you guys so much. Been a rough couple of weeks, but we closed on a high with TwitchCon. Had a blast, and of course we are back on some Mechabellum, where there's a there's a community challenge for Amarok. I might have to try that at some point midstream here. But let's start with a match. Yesterday seemed like we started really strong and ended really weak. Started 4-1 and finished off like 1-5. So wound up down for the day, but overall, he has defeated the COVID menace. Now we're at the movie The Amarok Strikes Back. Exactly, exactly. Looks like we'll get an ad around at round 2 of this game. So apologies to those of you that see them. You can always subscribe to avoid them. Sobimont actually looks like a should be a good warm up. And a at 150 point MMR difference. Of course, you say that and then you lose to them, so you know it do be like that sometimes. So, how was your month? How was your how's your October been? And what the heck is the dominant meta that I should be exploiting? Hey, exploding head guy. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Um, um, we want to be sabers. I think that's my preference out of this group. I might not even play the saber specialist other than to sell the saber. We shall see. Oh, opponent is in saber already. Okay, that's kind of nice. This feels like a likely fort staying build. You tried doing factory things for a week with mixed results. Fair, fair. I came back to somebody's stream, while I was still a little bit ill, and a chatter was trying to convince me that that mountain behind the corner, in the way that Woot was running it for about a week, was the. I'd ask how your October has been, but we all thought you were almost in a casket. Um, that was September. October has been a little less casket based and more. I had like a frustrating relapse of it, but it wasn't. You can hear the cough a little bit, I think, but it really wasn't enough to wreck me. Hello, hello. Super Range Mountain is terrible. I know. I was cracking up, absolutely cracking up, because even at that point, like, the streamer is a variety streamer, so she's kind of I don't know, 70th percentile at Mecha, like fighting around the 1150, 1200 range, which is totally respectable for a variety streamer. Like, come on, hello. So she was asking this guy, like, wait, do you know who you're talking to? What MMR are you referring to here? But actually, October, I've kind of liked my October, aside from the being ill. I'd like it much better if I was on with you guys. We did have an offline follow. A big thank you to Noobtastic Gaming for that. Thank you much. Noob is I should say, also a streamer, who I got to meet at TwitchCon. Absolutely fun person. Just a huge personality, and the kind of person that puts a smile on your face. Yeah. The sweetheart. We want to sell you. We probably want to sell you. We don't care about you. And then we'll just... Yeah, actually that's probably right. You can just go over and join that side late. Actually, you know what? Maybe we go back to here and just level stay early. Okay, you've decided to throw down missiles and arc lights all over that side. Okay. I see you. See where you're going with that. Now we get our free drop. Extra supplies early sounds like a plan to me. Maybe Mech Rage for the Hounds. Rage and more, one more hound and a crawler. Do we sell the saber or just leave it there? I think we just leave it there, right? Because he's going to throw down the fire badgers in front. Surely. Surely it's fire badgers in front. Let's see. Oh, nope. Fire badgers on the flank. Got it. Yeah, dead fire badgers on the flank. Okay. He changed the pull here to pull the level 2 Mustangs over where the arc lights can get to him, which was clever. That saves this guy. Well, for a little while. Still gonna have, uh-oh. Nope, it does save it. We had any more Mustangs surviving. Oh well. Hey, welcome back to everybody that saw ads. We've gone into round 4 of this one. Sobumat has won the first couple of rounds. He's got 4,700. We're at 4,160. And feeling kind of fine about it, honestly. Don't feel like we are in particular danger here. Let a Phoenix get some work done over there, and you're the one that just leveled up. Maybe I bump it again so it can get up to the can get up to level 3 next turn. Opponent also took the Phoenix, sure. Now remember, we're planning on swinging into the forts, but we have taken anti-air barrage off the forts. So we're running a more carry fort than we would have, which is going to suck for a turn, I think. Well, it might suck against a Phoenix build. would be kind of the problem there. Oh, efficient light is handy. Efficient tech might be more handy. Now let's take tech. We get us those. And we probably want more crawler happening somewhere. Hey, little Lexi, how you doing? Welcome in. We were just chatting about the mountain van a little bit earlier. I'm doing all right. Survived TwitchCon, which was I'm actually really pleased. I took a Die Hard mountain fan, exactly. I took some time to rest at the start of the week instead of trying to push through streaming. I had a little bit of a relax. Hello, hey Kikomori, welcome in. A little bit of a relapse after like trying to go out and do things on Thursday and streaming on. Okay, you're just gonna missile those out. I can start selling them. That's fine. So I figured I would just kind of hold myself in reserve for TwitchCon, but then TwitchCon was a blast. It was amazing. It's so much fun. Really glad I went. There does not seem to be much left that shoots up here. Nash! There we go. That is our first full year completed. 24 months. Subscribed for 25 now. Holy smokes. Celebration time. I can't cheer in my own channel. That's just silly. Okay, fine. But yay! Hello! Welcome in, man. How you doing? Guess that makes this our affiliate anniversary moment. 25 months, a lot of Mechabellum. Exactly. All right. Is it what? I mean, he drops here, right? Surely. If he's doing it at all, it's right there. So we're just gonna dodge. And we try to dodge in an unpredictable direction, right? Like if he's gonna drop a jab, it should be right about here for the units that are moving. Forward, we'll just dodge the other direction here. Do we? We're in the stage where we're gonna temp range every turn. We should probably have done that for the Mustangs. And we're going to just sort of prep for some of the... Yep, there are the forts. Okay. I was thinking forts myself. He's gone... Oh my god. Blind jab on a fort. How often do you get that one? Then we should be able to out-fort him once he's in the AA. Yeah. And just dropping in for a minute. Gotta get back to work. Cheers. Well, thank you for the support, my friend. I deeply appreciate you, man. Nash, of course, the dean of our founders, along with Jerry Hattrick and Blue Farrell, folks who have been around since day one, quite literally. Really appreciate you guys. Hope you have yourself a wonderful day, Nash. And I'll look for you again next time out. I'm sorry my schedule isn't, well, work schedule and all aren't necessarily compatible. Oh, good. What are we going to do here? I think we just take that and that. I'm going to sell you. You know what? We're just going to keep adding the fangs here as kind of a shaft line. Do we need anything else? Do we need anything else, gang? Also, good evening, Core. I talked through a bit of what happened at TwitchCon and all on yesterday's stream. I'm happy to do it again today for anybody that missed it, or you can catch it on VOD. We've sat and just chatting for like an hour at the end, at the end of this, yesterday's stream. Uh-oh, the tower timing was really good for him. So we were dead even at 3,400 going into round 7. Round 7 went for him, but it's 1 giant and 2 storms, really. And now he's in multiple, Ooh. It's really in multiple missile things that we can stop. We'll just take the lightning storm here. Tell you, take the temp range and temp speed at this juncture. 650 for barrier. We could just throw up shields right now. Try that, maybe. Hello, Zalex. Welcome in, man. No storm. No storm for opponent. That's gonna hurt for him. And they leveled up those, their forts big. Like it. Don't mind seeing it. One thing we did, we split this Phoenix, so you can see that has led to Phoenix surviving anti-air. Honestly, you don't want to get into a fortress fight against Amarok, right? Right? Oh, we could enhance, since we have a training, an intensive module. I kind of have to just do it this way. Oh, that is pretty much perfect, isn't it? And who? You or you? I guess this guy. Hello, Genminade! What kind of coward would back down from a fort showdown? Exactly. Exactly. He'll sell and level this one. Yeah, okay. He's, I mean, what are you gonna, okay, you're gonna be in range and launcher overload for a bit. Well, do love launcher overload, but, where are you? Your forts have 135 meter range. Ours have way better than that. So by the time you get into the fight, you're in a lot of trouble. We do, I think, needs to range the we do need to range our hounds. They're in trouble right now. This is just dumb. It's not going to work, but whatever. That looks good. That looks very promising. 1500s to 1000 at this point. And I think we just jab out the storm and fort if we can here. Range for those guys. 2 of you. I'm thinking about that, the scorpion. So I think we're going to put a, actually, you know what? We'll just try that for now. Opponent tries the shields. Are these guys armored? They are. So armored Phantom Ray might win round for him. I meant to throw down anti-air temporaries. Oh, shoot. Well, if we can sell the Sandworm next turn, we'll throw down anti-air temporaries. Or anti-missile temporaries. Actually, that doesn't look like there will be a next turn. Never mind. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be complaining every other minute? My bad, my bad. I like big forts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a fort stomps in with a frilly fly skin and a big gun in your face, you are done. Love it. Love it. Sing! Hackmanic wanted me to sing. There we go. I do actually have something coming for that, I think. But we might be a week out on being able to show you what that. Not bad. He's almost back. We'll run our ads. We will be back in just a minute. You're not going to miss anything. I'm just going to throw my stuff in the tracker and matchmake. I'm sorry. I'm just so bad at the rage bait streaming. I just can't give you that the complaining that you're looking for. Did I wind up? Maybe I missed a game at the end of yesterday. Looks like I did. Johnster. I have no idea what happened to that game, so. We're just gonna make some data up. Don't know what it looked like. And then this one, we've got a... We started kind of standard asymmetrical. Opponent was aggressive asymmetrical. And, you know, by the end of it, we're just... we are just our big old forts. All right, what was our MMR change here? Plus 13. I mean, it's what we deserve for beating up on somebody way lower. You're really hoping this stream is less negative than others of late. I mean, you know me. I am not here for I'm not here for the big negativity. So Zalix, the okay, why fire badgers? It's a reference to the patch, yeah, because the fire badgers changed. We did talk about, so it's and this is a throwback. Zalix is throwing back to a previous conversation, which is we had talked about doing a fire badger Fun Friday. Just as a, I don't know what the idea was, kind of like a just give them a showcase. Like you kind of have to take the fire badgers when you can, or when you're offered, or use them. Oh my gosh, we run up against Uncle Buck. They have been around for quite a while. I actually faced them before. Yeah, we've faced them before. Okay. Cool to run into somebody that's been around forever. You know, when you recognize a name because he's been playing a game for 2 years, it's good fun. Of course, he's a fellow streamer. I think I can shout him out without going over to visit. There he is. Don't actually want to visit. There we go. Wanted to grab the name. Here we are. Here we are. So that's opponent. If you want to catch opponent's view, if you don't know, Twitch is not counting your view if you are in more than 2 streams right now. So, probably don't want to go opening a zillion streams to try and count for viewership for all your favorite streamers. But you certainly can have both perspectives of a single match open. Of course, I'd appreciate it if you are the kind of person that wants to do that one. Don't spoil to either player. Like, don't, if you're looking at both sides of the map, don't give advice. Trying to sit there. Would be appreciated. Recuse yourself from the advice giving. All right, we're going to try pressing this side. He is way over on the other side, and he went ahead and added a saber tooth. I mean, sure. Kind of like the idea. He's cost control, so he can afford to unlock, buy it. He doesn't even give up a deploy. But he does. He does wind up losing that side. Now, are we going to have terrible tower timings? Oh, good. Our tarantulas stopped to fight. Oh, my gosh. One of our tarantulas is going to walk to the main fight, while the other one is still working on the tower. And we get wrecked. Oh, my gosh. The tower timing was brilliant for him. So awful for us. Oh my god. Sometimes winning the tower first is not what you want. Except his big guy goes the wrong direction for a minute. That helped. Cost control Mustangs are a very sad Mustang, it's true. Ooh, anti-interference module helps. Especially with where I'm planning to go. Having seen that he's going to go into a saber-tooth defense. think we're going to do that one just to take out the cannon. Honestly, I think it'll be in splash range. And more hit points makes the Mustangs slower. He took the shield airdrop. All good. Oh, shield airdrop actually turns out to save the turret that I was trying to kill with the missile, but he sold the turret I was trying to kill with the missile, so very silly engagement over there. This time he gets the tower first, but we were laser-based, so we bring the tower down pretty quickly. We've also got our very happy, the anti-interference module keeping that one tarantula working all through those debuffs is exactly what we needed. Turns around the round there. We were going to buy a Wraith anyway. Wraiths all around, but we have 8-gun and he doesn't, and we'll range next. Plus we'll have an anti-interference module on one of them with the tarantula going to town. You think we should just drop a spider in the back left and level the tower? And allow the allow opponents to have trouble. Okay, he ranged his. That makes much better. That's much better for him. We'll see. 8-gun V range. Wraith commitment from both sides. We'll be switching our anti-interference module to one of the Wraiths. That is necessary, I think, at this point. Beautiful. Could be something like this. We need a flank crawler here as well. Otherwise this guy can get missiled out. Are there any clear nuances or areas to focus on at different levels of MMR, I noticed? Sure. Steak is great. That's a great question. I've talked about this a number of times, but I feel like I had plateaus at 770, about 970. So like I couldn't consistently hit 800. I couldn't consistently hit 1,000. Had another plateau around 1150 where I just couldn't consistently get above that. And then it felt like there was, once I had broken that, it felt like there was a band at 1300 to 1600 that is like bounce up and down in, and then there's a 1600 to 1900 that's that I've been bouncing up and down in. And each time I've gotten stuck on one of those, there was some fundamental that I needed to work on. So it almost doesn't matter what that fundamental was so much, because my mistake. Well, okay, so let's just talk about real quick your, what are you learning from 0 to 500? You're starting to learn things like a crawler. A crawler counters a marksman. What do I want here? Probably none of you. Crawler counters a marksman. A arclight counters the crawler. Right? Like things like that. You're just kind of working through learning the general boards, the overall game, as it were. From getting past 770 required okay, so that's the kind of the basics. From 500 to 750 or so, you're probably working on starting to understand, like, building out the text, understanding what the when you can exploit an advantage and what exploiting those advantages looks like. And less, you're also going to run into certain builds that are stoppers. Like for me, one of them was Arclight, Carry Arclight. I just had no idea how to stop Carry Arclight. And part of stopping Carry Arclight, well, part of my mistake, right? Because each of those blockers has been I was making a core mistake. And the core mistake that I was making in terms of not getting past Carry Arclight was I stopped buying chaff. He didn't know I was going into a third ball, but yeah. Because, I mean, Arclight counters chaff, right? I've learned this. I know Arclight counters chaff, so why would I buy more chaff? And by not buying more chaff, I'm letting his units get in on my... his Arclights lock onto more important units and do more damage, Buddy, this is really what you wanted to do? I'm okay. I'm very much all right with where you are at. So, like, I was not buying the chaff that you needed, and, like, what you need against the Arclight, the two things you kind of need against the Arclight are not feeding them, right? So, don't level up the units that they are killing early in the round, because that's just giving them extra experience points. Level up the units that stay alive deep into the game, late into the round, and keep the Arclights stuck on chaff. In this case, in the modern game, that would be take loose formation for your chaff, so that there's kind of going around. So they're going around the problems anyways. That just take a lot longer for the Arclights to kill. But, at the time, it was just, I would completely stop buying crawlers. And it seems dumb to buy crawlers into the deep right flank. I see what you're thinking. Uh, here. Um, and so at each level, like so, that learning to not buy crawlers was making good sense. Um, to me, it seemed like a reasonable choice, and then it turns out to not kind of to have something that I needed to unlearn, right? And I just thought that was really interesting. How did how do you wind up needing to uh, how do you unlearn, and what do you need to unlearn? Because for example, one of the things somewhere around the let's just go extra damage all out. Um, one of the things you wound up learning, right, is unit X counters unit Y. And later on, you wind up learning, hey, wait a sec, it's not just unit X counters unit Y, it's unit Y with tech T actually counters unit X. Right? Like, I can, which way a matchup is going is not just based on the units, it's based on the techs. So now whenever I see a unit on the board, I'm checking what is the tech bar, and then thinking, what do I beat that tech bar with? 1400 to 1500. What were some of the more? I'm gonna guess at 1500, your hmm. I guess that there's it's probably a lot of do the necessary techs or things, keeping like we just did here, subterranean blitz for the crawlers. That'll get them involved in fights a little faster, and keep them alive a little bit longer. Um, what else do we need? Is there somebody we would sell here? Probably not. I don't think so. I think we just let you. Oh, I just figured the nuke hits the air over there, and that's basically game. Oh, the steel balls got a little too far forward. Sacrificed my entire build of steel balls. All right, we go 2-0. Yeah, reacting the correct amount to different threats. That is a really good one, Genminade. Yeah, unit compositions. I think you're probably right. Like from 13 to 16, one of the things that was one of the biggest lessons for me was Investing, he was on a 6 and 2. Oosh, ouch. Um, oh, I'm not. I'm not that way, sir. Um, one of the things I learned was not over tacking into too many units. There was a point where I'd have been on. I was tending to wind up with like one tech on 5 or 6 different unit types. And now I'm much more likely to throw down 2 or 3 techs on something. And I mean, here we're around 8, and we've only gone for 3 techs. We've just built a comp that works. We've driven him out of a unit that he had techs in over here. We've left him kind of forked over here. He didn't take fork. So he's EMPing stuff, but he's never actually connecting with the things he wants to EMP. So. All right, we were wide right. We're going to run our ad break now. We'll be right back. Random question. I've been having a lot of fun with Carrie Fang. Have you indulged in any Fang shenanigans? Okay, I have not played Carrie Fang recently. I loved Carrie Fang. I played it a lot back in the day. So we might do that. We might wind up having to do that. Might give the Carrie Fang a try. I tend to think of Mustang as a wave off of any Carrie Fang shenanigans. So, we did a full. I think the VOD's probably gone by this point. Last year, around December, we did a full Carrie Fang day and went. This was, and by this I mean, we forced Fang, no matter what was happening. No fangs starting packs. Fine, we're still forcing Carrie Fang. Opponent has Mustangs, no problem. We're still buying all of the Fangs. And went. I think we went 13 and 12 for the day with it, which obviously wasn't going to be a grow MMR for me, but it was fun. I just like to sit down and. All right. Let's. We've got a 1690 opponent. 468. A bulwark idea. Welcome back to those of you that saw an ad. We're facing 2468 here. And channel point predictions are up for those of you that like to indulge. We'll be wide right, trusting our. I mean, this is going to look almost exactly the same as the build we ran against in that first match, right? Almost exact same positionings and everything. Opponent has Steel Balls Deep. They're a giant specialist, Steel Ball and Arclight. Last time we ran this, we got into a Fort v Fort that was fun. I look forward to seeing your unit ideas, Alex. Opponent sell here? I think he did. He sold the rapid fire cannon on that side. We can sell you. You've only shot twice, and this shot we're at non-core units, cap units. know. Run a wasp on the that side. Other thing I'm thinking about for the 1500 MMR question is probably economy is the other thing that was a big change for me. I started being a lot more parsimonious with my money in terms of like not always leveling up when I leveled not always leveling up units that could, not automatically clicking the button if they were, for example, if something was already on a full something was already one-shotting all of its opponents and it doesn't actually use all of its hit points, there's no need to level it in my mind. There are some things that I'll level anyways, but yeah, spending the supply efficiently was really a huge change for getting a little higher. Being able to compete with the 1900 level. Hello, hello, baller. Welcome in. Extra speeds. Like, this is a question, right? Do I sell that one, or do I... What do I do with it? Like, I think we want to sell and get back out of those at some point here. Change the chat clear first, maybe? Yeah, there's the Mustangs. He did actually take a third Mustang, so... Like, here's another example where, we had crawlers eating a arc light because the arc light gets stuck on the hit points of the Sabertooth. It's just, little positioning things like that are big. You're 1600 now, too, since you haven't played. All right, let's go, Ferrisarg. Losing MMR every off-season. Alright, Saber got the job done. He is actually a gold damage dealer and leveled for us. You can sell those to fund... more out that direction. Every now and then, I will consider an early loan. Let's talk about maybe not. Actually, you know what? Way better. All the way back. This is a spot where You guys. Maybe just skip that deploy. Level these, the new stings over here. We'll see here. We've got 300s tied up in that saber on the left side. That is dog meat if it runs into the wrong steel ball. But it's not going to. It's going to win a round again. I think we played that round fine. None of those are great. We'll take you for now. I'm still thinking of what to do over here. Like, do I want to go into giant? Do I want to go into the forts, or do we just build the sabers? But for right now, we've built nothing but a good, solid core. You know, there's no new crawlers take the one hit that was aimed at something else. That's fine. The answer is mountain, yes. Did take a steel ball over there, got the lock with ranged steel ball. And that does wind up winning that, killing that thing off. Did enough damage to it to kill it off, right? So he's finally going to win a round. Maybe. Hopefully. He's had a rough round. But he does win a round. We're down to 4,500. 4,550. Well, we took the leveled... the ability to take leveled Phoenix, so we're gonna take a free Phoenix. Goodness. He took that round 5 supply. Interesting. And he's trying to missile out that whole clump. That's a pretty good missile, honestly. And photon off of the Farseer, I guess. here turned out to be a pretty good shout. I see it. Yeah, for sure. That doesn't help us at all. That helps against everything he owns. The opponent's photon doesn't turn anything off. He's just trying to keep things alive deeper into the round, I think. But this, you're right that that sledge flank on the right side is just going to pull so much stuff out of the way. You get a tower debuff with it. And we're going to win the other side heavily. That was a really good call, Reven. I like it. It's not hard when it's always the same solution. I mean... Are you wrong? You're not really wrong. We get right in on the tower thanks to the mobile beacon in part. And that's going to go much better for us. 3 of our 4 shields have survived. Well, 2 of our 4 shields have survived. Oh no, we saved that one. Let's go. That is a advanced shield device paying off for us. I don't know what he should take here, but We'll let him have, maybe he takes, electromagnetic barrage, right? Take the plus damage for the Mustangs at this point. And sure, you have a bunch of forts. We've added the melters, so good luck. Blind into the forts, but he had to take something big, right? He's giant specialist, he's losing hard. He's got a drop with multiple giants on it. I figured it was gonna be something. I was guessing Titan, and I wasn't sure where it was gonna be, but solid. Done for us. Okay. A quick 3-0 start. I like it. I like it a lot. We'll run our ad real quick. We were, again, standard asymmetrical. And parlay that into a win. That seems to be my strongest right now, is standard, like, eventually getting to a standard symmetrical board with no buildings, right? But starting out asymmetrical and just taking advantage of cluster of forces in the early rounds. Seems to be what we're getting good at. You know, my stat tracker doesn't count that as a win for my for the melting point, even though the melting point was huge on that last round, right? Nope, not a win for the melter. It didn't contribute enough. Let's see. Is there? Sorry, that's not what I wanted. That no. Oh, season. Okay. What do we want? Gilded Hackers gotta be the take, right? You're cute. You're adorable. We're gonna have to take that one. You're adorable too. Oh my gosh. We have to take the cuties. He's pretty cute too. Alright. There we go. We've done a little bit of shopping. We'll go back out. It was your strategy, yeah, the flanking. Some real technical analysis there. Going and taking the take the cuties. Right. So here's the question. I mean, if a cutie's offered, always take the cutie, right? If it makes you, if somebody or something makes you smile, there's certainly something to have around, or someone to have around. All right, let's see how this goes. We've started out 3-0. Yesterday we started out like 4-1. So maybe I should just be doing like hour and a half streams that I go 4-1 and I'm done. Play until we lose once. Oh goodness. Do we get silly now? We're 3-0. Is it time to get silly and go with like a planned Fang carry? Start stream, lose first match, 20-minute stream. Done. Exactly. Now you're feeling me. I'm actually really glad to hear that Fang, Carrie Fang is seeing play at various levels. Because that was one of my anticipations that that would happen um, from buildings. Because if you're allowing somebody to come onto the building, um, and fight under the buildings, it helps the fangs, right? And then of course you've got the buildings to sell, right? So we're obviously going to sell that one right away, and then probably triple fang. Did you even sell the wall early? That's really interesting. Ledge there, just to slow things down. I can see it. Let me see it. All right, what are we gonna do with this? Yeah, the Wraith didn't get as much as you'd think. Because we only have the one, everything else is level 1. God, it gets an absorption module. Not a fan of him getting an absorption module there, guys. Absorption should be on the Wraith. Things took out the clear thing. That's amazing. And lasted longer than the fire. I love it. That Branchlet did pretty well. That's gonna help a ton. Wasp was the last thing you'd pick there? Because we get him into Mustang twice. We've given him 2 good reasons to go Mustang. Well, I mean, bail back out of it. I don't agree with you guys, but I think the ranged and anti-air wasps outrange them, and they would be fighting from behind the fangs, which are going to wind up with shield on them. But be that as it may. I'm not running AA for it, Reven. So, like, eh? Oh, I see. You mean on the opposite side. Yeah, we should just continue on the Fort Fang. You're not wrong. Don't disagree. I think we're selling this guy eventually. Ooh, that's gonna hurt, right? Thought about throwing the thing down there, or the crawler down there. I guess it's not as bad as it could have been. Still, it's the one we put the item on. It's a good use of 50 for him. Stream is lagging. Oh no. I did not reboot things this morning. So I'll make sure to do that before next stream. I apologize. I don't know if that's going to be on me or on you guys. I'm seeing a pretty consistent bitrate upload, upbound, so... Hello, hello! What's the plan versus the Killer Donuts? We're trusting the Fangs, honestly. It might wind up being a melter at some point. Right now we've been trusting the Fangs. Hello, hello! Look at that! His crawlers have drill or replicate. What did he do down there? They took both. They took both. That's fine. Yeah, there had to be fire somewhere. Pretty funny that he's gonna just light everything in front of his own fire. Like, in front of his own, crawlers, but okay. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Should have sold that crawler down in the bottom right. No, it's still showing up. I mean, we're always going to missile that out, so it's still showing up as later chat, I guess. I see you took the dogs. Oh, clever-ish. Yeah, oh, we'll just add a melter here. And, some melting over the top of the... over the top of this junk. You have some lag. I don't. Is that going to Europe for both of you, or what? You're not really what I. Ah. Opponent says ah. You need to be here, don't you? That was not achieving much, right? Let's blame Twitch. It could be a Twitch thing. It could be an AWS thing for sure. Oh, that was painful. And that's game. Imp good. We lost our game to Imp and to Zadri. Because it was a drop, Hackmatic. It was a free drop, and they were the cells. Yeah, because it couldn't spawn off the field. That's exactly right. I mean, like, what am I doing? Like, what? I sold one of them. I couldn't sell the other one. The stutter from 5? Okay, every now and then. So, obviously, that happens sometimes, right? It's a bit out of streamers' control, necessarily. When I've had that happen in other streamers, or with other streamers, what I've done is taken just done a hard refresh of the connection. Every now and then you'll just get a better connection. I've seen it where like it just stutters and staggers further and further back. You could also check it, since we are live on YouTube as well. Hello YouTube. You can definitely check on YouTube and see if we're getting the same stutter there, and that'll let you know if it's down on me. Oh, the marksman. Hey, Zadri. Hello. Welcome in. You are my first loss of the day, sir. Yes, I had a good game recently with beating Wraith with Smart Marksman. But at this point I was already thinking I needed the melter this late in the game. But nicely done, sir. Nicely played. You're my first defeat of the day, anyway. Yeah, improved Wraith. I really, that game tipped on. I was so tempted to take improved Wraith, but I've kind of like been talking and committing to taking the to Fangs. So I was like, oh, I want to try a Fang carry game, and the Fang carry did not work, as you saw. Don't Fang carry improved Wraith is kind of the answer. Oh my goodness. Now we get a vibe? Are you kidding me? Yeah, level 5 improved Wraith with range and 8 gun. It was brutal. I was pretty proud the Fangs could take it down at least once. did all about the MLGs and BlizzCons. Nice. Peace. Ooh, do we just take the marksman here? No, we just take the wasp, right? Yeah, it's a very different experience. Uh, we just sell that one. And if we're gonna do it this way, maybe we let you just trail in on that guy. Those two can... Yeah, I think that's a plan. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yep, he also took the wasps. Bold to take the wasps into the, things. Dungus has been doing some work. I have not played Project Zomboid, no. Alright, the stuttering is not happening on YouTube, just Twitch, so it's definitely a Twitch or AWS issue, probably continuing from the stuff earlier. So let's go ahead and... Twitch, on YouTube... We'll just pin that one for 20 minutes, maybe. Thanks for checking that out for me. I really appreciate that you guys are able to let me know where it is, because that helps me troubleshoot. Like, I know it's not ideal. Sorry about it. Absorption module. I love absorption. They're just to throw down a Vulcan in front of this junk play. End up in Vulcan Mustang. I think we do it Vulcan Mustang there. All right. The YouTube side looks crisp too. Let's go, let's go. Hello, Pharaoh. I've not been doing haven't been doing a ton to promote the YouTube side, but we're actually getting close to. I guess I should throw this out. We are getting close to being able to monetize the YouTube side. We're about 400 followers and 600 view hours away, I think, the last time I looked. So every little bit helps. If you're willing to give a follow or a or watch a VOD over there or whatever, like every little bit is important. You want to be in Triple Wasp, I appreciate it. Right here, isn't there? Can't do you. I have to do you in order to not get just storm sniped here. Such a good tower snipe available for him. Yeah, that's 50 fair. Well, they are a problem. Let you go have some fun with them if you don't mind. Nom nom. Go nom noms. Have fun, buddy. It's round 4. Where's your war factory? Do you know where your war factory is? What kind of parent are you? We're Vulcan marksmaning without the marksman. Hi. Chomps. Didn't kill it. Do we splash him? I didn't even splash him, really. Rednish. Not good. That's better. Right, we're gonna be... I think we just want to make sure that they're not locking onto big targets, right? see. See what we get. Steel ball answered the one worm. Pretty nicely, honestly. Disappointed we lit that oil on fire, but I guess it was inevitable if we were going to win that side. Ooh, so close. So close. It's buffering on that side. Maybe it's just better if I go to bed. Oh no, Pharaoh. I'm sorry. You just had this random thought of wanting to grab me to Zomboid to see how you survive there once 0.42 comes in. I see. Well, I mean... Let's just ignite things, shall we? Let some steel balls just wander all over the board for now. You guys are actually having pretty good rounds, too. Yeah. Very big, very big. I mean, with the super heavy armor, so, you know, Ignite... Ignite is based on the amount of hit points that a unit has, so this thing's got 277,000 hit points. We are going to be... it takes 16 seconds to kill a unit by Ignite damage alone. But if you rephrase that as what is the DPS I'm achieving? It can make a big difference to have a zillion Ignite available. And in fact, it did. Ignite bringing down the worms, and glad we have it on the bar. We are absolutely going to have to have... okay, I might have a problem. I've got a... I think we're going to be picking up a external noise for a moment here. Maybe not. Gardener has moved close and then away from our location here. I want to keep those guys on the surface if I can. I think we're into range and speed. Probably just let you have a level for winning that fight head-to-head. And I think it becomes important to missile you out so those guys get back into the main fight. Yes, Ignites does stop all forms of healing, so your nice little absorption worm is also going to be having some trouble. and it's also stopping the underground healing for some time because Ignite is turned on. It's not just instantly off as soon as the unit's not connecting with you. Um, so we have shut down the underground healing. At this point, I think I'm not sure I see an out for my friend over there. Um, not sure where he can go from here, right? We'll see. He's gone to more of them. I mean, sure. I mean, sure, even, but he's got to get there, right? And like, literally everything is fighting from in front of the towers. I rest my case regarding Ignite. Literally, literally made the case arguing for Ignite in Reddit recently. Um, Sandstorm on his worms would have been interesting. Oh my god. That would have been fascinating. We're going to run an ad for those of you that see ads. And we'll be back in. Yeah, I'm going to take a slightly longer so I can go grab a coffee. It's a slight break. But yeah, no, Sandstorm on his worms would have been very interesting. Especially because one of the things Sandstorm does is it cuts down the super long range builds. We're not in as long of a range build as you might think because our Vulcans are Ignite and Scorch without range. We took the extended range Vulcan just so that we had the range without having to click the button, right? I actually prefer the 30-meter range or 20-meter range than to the 40-meter range on Vulcan because they still get some use as tanky. Vulcan marked. Yes, it was Vulcan marksman without the Vulcan or without the marksman. I love that nobody was willing to bet either side of that one. That's amazing. And we started out asymmetrical, right? I particularly love, by the way, particularly love that the shallow flank sledge. We got to go over and find him real quick. streams. There you go. All right, all right. So that's plus 60 for the day. I am so sorry about the lag. I didn't think of restarting my network before, and it should be, I should honestly have that as a pre-stream thing. The bitrate claims it's 2500 right now. Let me just check on my own side of things. What? Yeah, okay. I'm hearing it live, like no delay, just about. I don't know that there's anything I can do to help you guys. Yeah, frustrating. Really frustrating. We'll go another hour or so. Hopefully it'll clear up, and I'll make sure that I've restarted everything. You've got 2 other streams open, and you're not getting the same issue, so it's definitely on my side. I'll restart. Yeah, I'll make sure I restart network stuff for the next stream. I was getting a whole bunch of dropped frames for a bit. It's no longer dropping, apparently. It's had a big old chunk of dropped frames. But it looks like it's back. I think it's back. I hope it's back. One of the things we could conceivably do at some point is have the ability to stream off of a second device and just be able to, like, you know, like stream off the phone for a minute while I restart the overall network. Hello, hello. Whiskey Jack. Good luck, have fun, sir. We can chat afterwards. I think we, you know, with ball aggro. All right, we're gonna try it this way. This is a very old formation for me that turns into Wraith aggro up the middle, like almost straight on the towers. And we're gonna lose round 1 because we have no chaff clear, but that's okay. That's the plan. I do apologize for anybody that's having the stream issues. It looks like the bitrate is back to golden. I'm not seeing any more dropped frames. So whatever was happening, it looks like it's cleared up. And again, I don't know whether that's on me, on my ISP, or you know, on the Twitch side. It could even be on the Streamlabs side. Round 1 goes to opponent. That is as a... Hey, wait, he's got a forklift. That's not fair. That's not fair, he had a forklift. Love all of these. Now we've got our, now we've got our Wraith. Shocking. Do we even care about this thing yet? I mean, honestly. He's done the Rhino drop behind. Okay. He has no AA, right? Oh, Fangs, I guess. He needs something to carry. Yeah, he's got no carry unit yet, and we've got two that are going to cause problems for him. Now, enough Fangs will eventually take a Wraith down, especially if they get to fight during debuff twice. It worked. Fun. To see there. We need just a deeper, longer chaff board right now, which we don't have. Oh. Yeah, it's definitely dropping hard right now. That's frustrating. Sorry, guys. There are the marksmen. He does have AA on them, but hasn't teched it yet. One of the, both of the Wraiths survive. Let's go, even though he took the tower. Thank you, Nyx. I'm sorry.